Good evening, my name is Emilia Pobłocka. I'd like to warmly welcome you. Our meeting place is very special, especially for my guest. She is the world-famous opera singer, mezzo-soprano, and director of the Warsaw Chamber Opera, Mrs. Alicja Węgorzewska. I believe you are probably used to these kind of attacks, because even though the world of opera is a beautiful and magical place, among opera singers, I'm sure there is lots of competition and just struggle for attention. What is your experience with this?
To jest trochę jak przeniesienie libretta opery do życia, bo
It's a bit like they've moved the opera's libretto to life. The drama on stage seemed to have been internalized, and rivalry often delve into ridiculous lengths. However, I think that life brings about some conflicts, but also does not compromise.
konflikty, ale niesie również kompromisy.
Have you ever come across this kind of rivalry in your career? Maybe you have a personal story you'd like to share?
Sytuacje takie, gdzie
There have been situations where it was shown that I was a rival. I was turned into a suit twice my friend's size, or my shoes were taken off, or even now I had a table underneath which I had to jump on and simply fell off the table on the rehearsal.
nawet raz miałam podpiłowany stół, na którym miałam.
But now, as I remember this situation, I actually want to laugh.
Sytuację to właściwie to mi się śmiać chce, bo to
I'm sure this was not funny for you.
było śmieszne, na szczęście nigdy mi się to nie
It was not funny at the time. Unfortunately, it never ended in an accident. I think it gave color, and it shows the temperament of the artists.
pokazuje, jaki temperament mają.
To what extent would they go to spite someone, and how can anyone perceive another person as a rival? That was probably the thing that boggles my mind the most at the end of the day.
No to jest chyba największy komplement na koniec dnia.
La speranza sola delle vendette mie quest'anima consola
Your voice is a work tool of sorts. How do you take care of your voice? I wanted to ask you about emergency situations when you basically lose your voice and you have to go out on stage. How do opera singers deal with such situations?
Bywają takie sytuacje i nawet opisuję taki
There are situations as such, and even during moments in my life, in my operatic monodrama, which I sometimes play. These are not nice moments. When we want to go out, we want to give ourselves to the audience, and we want to give it the best. Show off the best side, but get up in the morning and have no voice, be it laryngitis, tracheitis, pharyngitis, and all possible ailments.
zapalenie strun, gardła, no, wszystkie możliwe przypadłości.
Jeśli pracujemy
If someone works in an office, they can stay at home and work from there. You do not have a comfort as such.
Seria antybiotyków i to często podawanych dożylnie.
And then, for sure, a series of antibiotics, often administered intravenously or steroids. These are extreme for situations, however, both me and my colleagues have experienced this in life. Of course, the worst is after, because the action of steroids or antibiotics kicks in for a few hours for you to give this performance, this concert. Only then the body starts to wreak havoc.
Performance.
I also noticed cases of colleagues who lost their voices and could not sing. Some of them left, although it took several years, and some have never recovered.
Się nie dźwignęli. I patrzyłam wtedy na takie
I looked at people like them going out, even in private life, because it turns out that this singing, this scene is a kind of drug from which we become addicted. But it also pains us of the fact that we cannot choose the moment to get off the stage. It is hard to articulate, and it concerns many, many artists.
tego przejścia. W Polsce jest ten kult wszechobecny.
However, the profession of a singer is like that of an athlete or dancer. It is a profession that ends at a particular time when the ligaments of the vocal strings expire. But there's a silver lining. There is still a place to transition to.
Mentorem, tym, który pokazuje, uczy.
There's not a lack of very talented youth in Poland. You are a beautiful young woman, and you might not be able to relate to what I'm talking about yet, but there is a moment when one would like to become a mentor who keeps watch over young talents. I personally admire those who made the choice and such a transition so they may continue to shine through others. And here, I would like to plant this thought that one should think about the whole environment.
Z reformą czy z sanacją jednego ośrodka, jakim jest na przykład Warszawska Opera Kameralna.
Not just to fight for reform or sanation of a singular place, such as the Warsaw Chamber Opera. One should think about solution, unification, and to create a systematic solution for all musicians in Poland, for all singers and for all dancers.
W Polsce dla wszystkich śpiewaków, dla wszystkich tancerzy.
Dziękuję pani za rozmowę.
Thank you very much for the interview. Thank you for bringing us into the world of opera, which is a beautiful and a magical place. But to experience it, you have to come and see it for yourself.
Alicja Węgorzewska, dyrektor Warszawy.
Our guest was Alicja Węgorzewska, the director of the Warsaw Chamber of Opera. Thank you so very much for joining us, and see you again.